Alright, your hazmat material incident response curriculum and guidelines. Testing. 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 Emergency medical service that has material with weapon master restriction, advanced life support, mission specific competencies. Introduction. Chapter of the concept of level of advanced life support, level of responders who some of the missions specific response. The has material weapon master restriction, incident with authority having jurisdiction beyond the concept of the has material weapon master restriction, advanced life support responder, advanced life support responder, some of the has material team, advanced life support responder, some of the medical provide clear clinical intervention for the has material weapon master restriction, advanced level life support responders, some of the treatment and smoke inhalation victims. The goal of competency of the chapter above the answer life support responder, some of the mission specifically respond for the has material weapon master restriction, incident with authority having jurisdiction, and the skill of the performance, some of the mission specifically responsibility, safety, effectively, guidance to enforce some of the theory stand with the which would be if they did not intend with the suggest that any of the mandate response organization perform missions specifically responsibly rather than the responders should be able to perform the responsibility when assigned. Training audience. Emergency medical service that has material with advanced life support responders over the public, for the private sector, individuals travel with the responsibility to provide the coordinating emergency medical services over the scene with the hazard material within the scene with the criminal terrorist incident involved with the hazard material related with the weapons and masters the emergency medical technician, paramedics, as well as the member of the industrial fire brigade, as well as the SI with the nation with the care responsible for the incident outside offsite. Recommended training of the job with the following training, particularly recommended advanced life support responder mission. Specifically, responsibility primary source over the furthest material of the National Fire Protection Association standard of the competency emergency medical response personnel regarding hazmat material weapons of mass destruction incident chapter 6 of the competency advanced life at the level of life support responder. Some of the missions responsibility in general, the recommended and curves objectives compare the scope of the concept of the general requirements of OSHA responding personnel properly trained with the performance and assigned role of the hazmat material emergency. Objective identification level. The identification of the objective is even in the guidelines. The identification origin of the objective, usually in the National Fire Protection Association 472. No issue requirements are specifically supported by this object. The advanced level of the life support assignment of the hazmat material. Mrs. Specific comments of the advanced level support responds to the assignment of the hazmat material team. Planning and the response. Given it is the standard operations procedure, they have authority having jurisdiction advanced life support response assignment with the hazmat material team that should meet with the medical information. Each of the hazmat material team and comply with the authority having jurisdiction requirements of the confidential. Give the existing ends of the authority having jurisdiction explain the importance of becoming the advocate of the team member, the physical fitness, encouraging proper access to nutrition of the team members. Give the existing account of the authority having jurisdiction establish and implement this awareness program, encourage the proper hydration, medical surveillance action of the hazmat material of the team member prior to the hazmat material response operation. Given the emergency response, existing guidance, authority having jurisdiction establish, maintain liaison, local regional medical direction, medical control, and even that may be involved with the hazmat material team, medical care. Given the emergency response by existing guidance of the authority having jurisdiction survive the legal, local, regional medical direction, medical control, and even the potential have the exposure physical stressors of the hazmat material team members and the hazmat material weapon mass destruction. Given the emergency response plan, existing guidance of the authority having jurisdiction developing and live the following health care facility like the requiring injury or an ill hazard material member to the point of the contact of the facility, the trauma centers, emergency departments, burn centers, cardiovascular centers, smoke centers, hyperbaric centers. Give a list of the health care facilities. Describe how the establishment maintain the following capability of patient flow, efficiency, decontamination facility, intervention, antidopteral pharmaceuticals. Given the list of the regional healthcare facility with the decontamination capability, demonstrate how to provide the guidance healthcare facility, the preparation hazmat material team mem care. Given the list of the regional emergency medical services responders, establish and maintain a matrix that respond with the capability to include patient decontamination capabilities, contaminated patient transportation capabilities, standard hazmat material training level to assess advanced hazmat material medical interventions, personal protective equipment inventories. Given the emergency response plan, the existing guidance of the authority having jurisdiction to they maintain medical equipment dedicated to support hazmat material team operations. Given the emergency response plan, given the existing authority having jurisdiction to maintain patient rescue devices intended for acting rescue with injured or ill hazard material team members from hot zone. Given the emergency response plan, give the existing guide so the authority having jurisdiction provide the training with the hot zone rescue techniques hazmat material team members. Given the emergency response implementing plan response. Given the emergency response plan, existing authority having jurisdiction verify the medical surveillance established in accordance with the authority having jurisdiction policy that meet with the members complete with the medical service prior to entry. Given the emergency response plan, existing authority having jurisdiction ensure the incident command system 206 medical form the equivalent medical service able to complete with the include with the part of the incident action. And given the emergency response plan, the existing guidance of the authority having jurisdiction describe the function hazmat material team medical group the supervisor during the exercise. Given the emergency response plan, existing guidance authority having jurisdiction describe how to coordinate with the support with the hazmat material of the emergency medical service. ambulance medical personnel assigned with the support hazard materials operation defined in OSHA, Cell 21, 29, 1910, 120Q. Give the emergency response plan existing guidance for the authority having jurisdiction to demonstrate how they establish emergency decontamination injured hill hazard team members that include the removal of all the personal equipment provided the authority having jurisdiction. Give the emergency response plan existing guidance for the authority having jurisdiction describe the coordinator of the decontamination group supervisor and ensure the following effectiveness. This is with a total decontamination operation. Recognize the team member concerned. Give the emergency response plan existing guidance for the authority having jurisdiction describe how the coordinate the following preparation of the time rescue equipment, cascading near the technical decontamination line, preparation of the backup team of the vacuum rescue coordinator that has the material safety officer. Given the emergency response plan existing guidance for the authority having jurisdiction, how the coordinator of the rescue medical treatment, the transportation of the injured and ill hazard material team member, the conjunction with the hazard material officer, the hazard material safety officer, the emergency medical personnel, service personnel assigned with the incident. Given the emergency response plan extinguishing guidelines authority having the jurisdiction cover the following, how these established for the material rehabilitation group and control of the National Fire Protection Association 1584th stand of the rehabilitation process, a member of the during the emergency operation training exercises procedure to ensure the team members comply with the rehabilitation efforts for the given emergency response plan existing guides for the authority having jurisdiction cover the following procedure acting patient activity advocate the team members during the transport with the healthcare fluid with the treatment of the activating health assisting healthcare responders is necessary information regarding the patient injury or illness. Giving the emergency response plan existing guidance for the authority having jurisdiction and safety during utilizing air medical transportation during hazardous material incidents, methods to prevent air medical crew of the aircraft the second year contamination during incident, termination of the incident, giving the emergency response plan existing guidance for the authority having jurisdiction regarding the importance of completing all the team medical decontamination documentation required with the authority having jurisdiction incident response. Giving the emergency response plan existing guidance for the authority having jurisdiction for the coordinated morbidity, mortality review sessions, all medical personnel involved with the patient care has material team members during incident. Alright, you're missing specific advanced life support assigned to provide clinical intervention and has material weapons of mass destruction planning response. Give the emergency response plan existing guidance for the authority having jurisdiction to the director of the advanced life support responders have to provide the clinical intervention have the material instance shall receive the advanced training with the pharmaceutical clinical intervention. Give the emergency response plan existing guidance for the authority having jurisdiction medical director of the advanced life support responders have to provide clinical intervention have the material incident to show identify the potential source of the hazardous material exposure within the response of the authority having jurisdiction may require clinical intervention skills and or equipment implementing plan response. Give the emergency response plan existing guidance for the authority having jurisdiction medical director advanced life support responder assigned to provide clinical intervention for the hazardous material the incident to show identify the toxidrome within the following organophosphates, carbamates, military nervates, cyanides, chlorine, acid, and hydrogen, ammonia, hydrogen, fluoride, and phlegmatic compounds, military vesting agents, nitrogen containing compounds, opiates, bacteria, viruses, biological toxins, riot control agents, phosphagens, ionization, radiation. Give the emergency response plan existing guide with authority having jurisdiction medical, the director of advanced life support response. Some of the provide clinical intervention and have the material they submit to describe the clinical application action found the pharmaceutical based on for the approval of the client, clinical use of the authority having jurisdiction. Atropine, sulfate, pryl, dexamine, desipam, calcium gluconate, amyl nitrate, sodium nitrate, sodium thiosulfate, hydroxycobalamin, methanol, blue sodium bicarbonate, nexylcholine, dimercapryl, piethyl zinc, EDTA, calcium, EDTA, Perusian blue, and water. Give the emergency response plan existing guidance to the authority having jurisdiction manual directive of the authority advanced life support for the responders shall some of the provide medical clinical interventions and have the material they intend to demonstrate the ability to properly perform the following clinical uses and equipment provided by the advanced authority having jurisdiction nebulizer treatment of organ lens insertion monitoring hemoglobin oxygenation levels monitoring hemoglobin levels monitoring methyl-globin levels, measuring square centimeter grade subconscientious injections. Alright, your advanced level device responder assigned with the treatment of smoke inhalation victims. Analyzing incident. Identify the general habit of the fire smoke. Give the example of the fire, various types of the fire scene with the development of the residential, commercial, structural fire, vehicle fires, aircraft fire, the other has been true, weapon, mass destruction, incident, advanced level, the level of support. Describe the commonly found with the component of the fire smoke with the included the carbon monoxide, hydrogen, cyanide. Describe the general health they have associated with the substance included the following mechanism, toxicity, execute, delay with the toxicological effects, disposal, response, relationship, the science system, middle, mild, moderate, severe exposure, denying smoking, relation above. Give the example of the very type of the first fire scene, the development of the residential, commercial, structure, vehicle fire, the area, fire with the hazard, weapon, mass, advanced level of life, responders shall describe the general health risk of the patients exposed with the fire risk, with identify those patients who may require clinical intervention, including antidote-associated cyanide poisoning. Plan to deliver advanced life support patient care. Identify the risk of the treating acute smoke inhalation patients. Given the example of smoke inhalation patients, including the circumstance of exposure, some systems on the level of medical condition, cardiac arrest, respiratory distress, the rest of the seizures, alternated mental status, advanced life support responders shall identify the benefit of the vehicle to be able to transport smoke inhalation patients, shall determine the location potential routes that are able to following appropriate local, regional, as well as based on patient need. Adult trauma Center's Pediatric Trauma Center, the Adult Burn Center, the Pediatric Burn Center, the Hyperbaric Chamber Field Hospital Medical, the FDA approved with the cyanide antidotes, hospital medical centers, capability of performing whole body cyanides, implementing pre-hospital care plan. Give an example of smoke inhalation, even including the circumstances of exposure to the sign of the symptoms of medical condition, care of the rest, respiratory disease, the rest, seizure, the altered mental status, events of life support, response shall demonstrate the ability to perform basic life support, advanced life support, clinical interventions, including the antidotes known by the suspect with the cyanide poisoning, with the scope of the practical training with the constitute the health authority having jurisdiction. Reporting, documenting the incident of the given scenario of the treatment of the smoke inhalation patient, with advanced life support responders should demonstrate the ability to report and document all the facts for the patient given according with the incident report system of the authority having jurisdiction. Page intentionally left blank. Alright, moving on to hazard material incident response curriculum guidelines, hospital first receivers.